Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Beaverton, Oregon, and Southridge High School, where tonight things are definitely a little interesting here this evening. As we welcome you into tonight's broadcast of Roseburg High Football, I'm Joey Kieran, and tonight we bring you Roseburg High Football from Southridge High School as we kick off Week 3 of the season. It is a blustery day here in Beaverton as we get ready for this atmospheric river, I guess they keep telling us is going to be on its way. So, look forward to that. Hopefully we can hold off on the rain for a little while as we get ready for tonight's matchup. Also on the way up here, we had to deal with traffic. I don't know if you know anybody that maybe tried to drive up here for tonight's game, but they could still be sitting on I-5. So,
United States Army.
Yeah, we will see how things go when we get this off and rolling. As we get ready to go for tonight's matchup, we are going to continue on with our Roseburg Disposal pregame show as we kind of try and get ourselves going here. We got stuck in traffic, so we're running a slight behind on where we normally would be, but we will get there. Let's go ahead and take a quick 2-minute break, and we'll come back. We'll start getting you ready for this matchup. This is Roseburg Football on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you can be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's colors are being presented by Sergeant Medina from the United States Marines. And at this time, please stand if you can, and please join the Southridge High School.
Welcome you back here to Southridge High School. We're going to go to another quick break here in just a moment as we get ready for the national anthem. A windy one up here as Roseburg at 2-0 looks to stay perfect on the season. Southridge looking for their first win of the year. We'll tell you more about the matchup and expected starters here tonight after another 2-minute break here on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
As a doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Tonight we have the honor of the game ball being delivered by Andrew Keller's father, Jeff Keller.
Welcome back here to Southridge High School, where tonight Roseburg takes on the Skyhawks. Welcome in, everybody. Sorry about this chaotic Roseburg Disposal pregame show, and as a thanks to our sponsor, we want to give them a shout out here. Roseburg Disposal, our pregame show sponsor. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. That is Roseburg Disposal. Call them at 673-7122. It's been a story. First, we were driving up I-5 to get here, and then some sort of police activity has I-5 shut down, not just northbound, but southbound as well. We had to squeeze through probably one of the narrowest gaps I've ever tried to squeeze through with a vehicle to get turned around to go back on I-5 south. Got off, then weaved our way through Salem and all the way up. That was fun. And then once we get here, we're bringing up, they actually have an elevator here at Southridge High School. We thought, great, we've got a lot of equipment, we're outdoors, it'll be nice to have the elevator to get up here. Except for once it reached the third floor, we were trapped in the elevator. So then we finally got out on the second floor after about 5-10 minutes in the elevator and the door not wanting to open, despite multiple efforts and our best attempts to try and pry it open. Then once we got off, we realized it's going to be a wind tunnel tonight. So hopefully we don't lose all of our notes here this evening as we try to bring you Roseburg High football as we get ready to go. Southridge just came out on the field. Roseburg as well on the far sideline. Roseburg in white tonight in a camo maroon reddish top with kind of a charcoal gray pant tonight for Southridge this evening as we get ready to go. The coin toss going on out at midfield. And we are just about to get ready to go. It looks like they have flipped the coin. And it's going to be Southridge going to be receiving the football, it sounds like, and they are going to be Southridge will receive. They'll be moving left to right on your radio dial. Taking a look at the matchup, this is just the second time in history that these two teams have met. The previous matchup was back in a playoff game when it was 2006, a first-round playoff game when Southridge upset Roseburg at home. Roseburg was down at Finlay Field in overtime, 20-14. I think we have a 2-minute break we still have to get in, so we'll do that to wrap up the Roseburg Disposal pregame show and come back with kickoff here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Parker, and I have been a part of the Roseburg community for my entire life. I am devastated to tell you that just shy of a week ago, I lost someone dear to me, a very special family friend, to COVID-19. I realize that the topic of vaccination is a sensitive one. It's a very personal choice. I just urge you to make this decision as soon as possible before it's too late to do something about it.
Welcome you back here to to Southridge High School, where Roseburg takes on Southridge. It's second down and about 6 to go for Southridge after receiving the opening kick to their own 35. They run up the middle. They'll do it again on second down and gain a decent couple of yards on the second down carry.
Down at the 42-yard line after gain of 3.
And running again is going to be
brings up second down and 3.
Cypress Albright. We'll move the chains out to the 42-yard line, a pickup of 3 on the second and 6. Albright getting the first 2 carries of the game for Southridge to make it third down and 3 as they look to try and convert here. Southridge moving left to right in the red tops, charcoal pants, white helmets. Roseburg in white tops, white pants, and the black helmets. Turn and a handoff trying to press it out, but met in the backfield. Albright going nowhere. It's Tiger Black and company taking Cypress Albright all the way back to the 33-yard line. That is a tackle for loss. And they'll put him back to the 33. That is a loss of 9 on the play. And it'll be a tackle back to the 33-yard line to make it 4th and 12 for Southridge. Roseburg's defense, which has been really good this year, has allowed just 1 offensive touchdown. For Roseburg on defense, giving up just 7 points a and allowing only 155 yards per game so far to opponents. It'll be a punt coming up for Southridge, standing back at his own 20. The punter gets it away. Waiting to return is Carson Dunn, who will wait for a fair catch on his fingertips, able to haul it in. And he will receive the punt as Roseburg's offense will take the field for the first time here tonight. There is 9:47 to go here in the first quarter of tonight's ball game, and Roseburg has the ball for the first time at their own 34-yard line. All right, folks, we're playing catch-up a little bit here today, and we are fighting the elements. Thankfully, no rain at the moment. It would be blowing right into our faces, and I probably just jinxed us right there. Colton Marsters, the senior quarterback, will lead the offense onto the field. Roseburg coming in as the wind really takes it up to another level. We are just going to be playing catch on everything as it tries to blow away. Marsters in shotgun, fakes the handoff to Eckel, going to go on a quick slant route. They're going to try and pass through this wind, and none of my sheets are going nothing wants to stay where it was taped down, so I'm just going to have to ditch all my notes, and we're just going to go with some play-by-play. As the pass goes to the 38-yard line. That's a pickup of 4 through the air for Marsters. Tatone moves in motion from left to right. He'll get it on the end around. Roseburg gets the blocking. Tatone just keeps stretching it to the far sideline. He'll run a long way going from the near side at the hash all the way to the far sideline, but he picks up the first down on the carry. He gets it out to the 45-yard line, a pickup of 7 on that stretch play for Roseburg. Tatone moving the chains on his first carry of the night. In the backfield is Caden Eckel, the sophomore, 271 yards rushing so far this season with 6 touchdowns as the student section down to our right gets loud on the aluminum benches here at Southridge High School. We are up at the top of the bleachers, but outdoors is a pitch to Eckel, running left side, makes a juke move as he bounces to his left. He'll get across the 45, past the line of scrimmage for a gain of about 2 for Eckel to the 47. We'll make it second down, and they only give him to the 46, so we'll make it a gain of 1. Second down and 9 for Roseburg. 8:52 to go here in the first quarter. Tatone in motion again, and they go right up the middle to Eckel. He just slips his way through and now moves the pile. A bowling ball right through the middle. He can sneak through the smallest gap, and once he finds contact, he's strong enough to continue to move the pile. He'll take it across the 50, moves the chains as he takes it to the 44.
First down, Roseburg.
And that'll be a 10-yard carry on the ground for Eckel. He's got 11 on 2 carries so far. Roseburg scoreless so far, 8:25 to go and counting here in the first quarter. Going to pass out into the flats. Open is Tatone with nobody around him, plenty of room, and blocking in front of him. Slips down the sideline on the far side. Has the first down and more as Roseburg will take it to the 30. Another smooth pass play for Colton Marsters. He'll take it down to the 30. It's a pickup of 14 through the air on the second completion. Got to guess that passing here tonight could be interesting with this wind. It appears to be blowing across the field from the far sideline to the near sideline. As they go on the run play, and stuffed right in the hole was Eckel. They're going to give him just back to the line of scrimmage, and that is one of the hardest hits that Caden Eckel has taken so far this season. Caden Eckel has usually found at least a few yards before contact, and there he got into the hole, tried to make a bounce, and got met right at the line of scrimmage. It'll set up second down and 10 for Roseburg at the Southridge 30. Duper spread out wide to the left. In the slot is Tatone. He'll move in motion left to right. Fake the handoff. Go to Duper, and it goes in and out of his hands as the receiver could not hang on to it.
Third down and 10.
Landon Duper had the slant route, but in coverage, that is Aviles. Nathan Aviles on the coverage, was right there on top of Duper. And as soon as the ball got there, he had his arms wrapping around Landon Duper, separating the ball. Trips to the left side of the formation, third down and 10 for Roseburg. So rolling to his left, Marsters looking downfield, will loft it towards the end zone, has a man open, it's Dominic Tatone in for the touchdown. And Roseburg will score from 30 yards out to take a 6-0 lead.
There's a penalty flag on the field.
There is a penalty flag, though, so hang on here a second. The penalty flag is down at the 20-yard line. That's 10 yards downfield, and it's an illegal man downfield for Roseburg.
Penalty flags against Roseburg.
So never mind the 30-yard touchdown. We will take that back, and Roseburg will get another shot at third down. It was a beautiful play. Rolling to his left, Marsters had plenty of space in front of him and lofted it towards the end zone. Had 2 receivers down there, but Dominic Tatone making the catch. And now with the penalty, Roseburg moved back to the 35-yard line. Probably 4-down territory here. Third down and 15. Marsters looking to pass, trying to set up the screen. Now he's got to run, trying to direct traffic. He's just going to use the legs. Got to the line of scrimmage, and the penalty flag out at the very end of the play from down on the other side of the field. There'll be a pickup of about 2 for Marsters if the play stands. Looking for the Whitecap here. He's looking to Roseburg sideline. Penalty is against Roseburg. It's down at the 25-yard line. And I believe they're going to waive off the penalty, so it will not be a holding call against Roseburg. Instead, it'll be 4th down and long. So for Marsters, it was a pickup of 2 to the 33-yard line. And Roseburg will have 4th and 13. Trying to convert, moving right towards left, trying to get into the red zone. They've got to get the ball to the 20-yard line. And they do bring the punt unit out. It's Dawson Gillespie gets a kick. It's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. So Roseburg will punt. They have not done that too often this season, but they kick it away there, and Southridge will get it back with 7:17 to go here in the first quarter. Southridge getting the stop against Roseburg. Roseburg hurting themselves with penalties on that drive. Tonight's game is brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Joey Keyran here with you. My buddy Joe Glover helping me out here tonight on a blustery day in Beaverton. Back in the studio, Craig Ortega running the radio production for us here this evening. Thanks so much for tuning in, folks. Second possession for the Southridge Skyhawks. J.C. Clee, the quarterback, will hand it off up the middle, and the Skyhawks will run. It is Albright again carrying the football out to the 25-yard line this time. Pick up a 5 on that play for Albright. Fourth carry of the night for him, and they go right back to it up the middle. Again, Albright on the carry, and they'll put him out to the 27-yard line. A pickup of 2 on the carry. And it makes it third down and a long 3 here for Southridge. Going quick with their offense. Trips to the right side for Clee. Getting another year starting at the quarterback position for J.C. Clee, the right-handed quarterback in shotgun. Back to his left. They're going to run the option. Clee going to take it himself. Got met at the line of scrimmage, but he carries forward to about the first down marker. Looks like he's right at the 30. And I think they're going to give him enough for the first down. The ball just across the 30-yard line. So the carry by J.C. Clee will move the chains as he gets to the 30. First down of the night for Southridge. So they moved the chains to the 30-yard line last week against Mountain View. Roseburg held the Mountain View Cougars offense without a first down until their final drive of the first half. At that point, Roseburg led 37-0. Going a quick pass out into the flats. Blockers out in front. Foot race, a cut back to the middle of the field. Eludes the defender. Now takes a hit and keeps going. Racing out towards the 50-yard line. And it's Nathan Aviles who comes spurting out of the pile with plenty of energy as he tries to jazz up this Southridge fans. He takes it out to the 49-yard line. Southridge side of the field. It's a pickup of 19 on the first pass completion for Clee. They'll set up quickly in their spread offense. 2 targets to either side. The big tight end, I believe that is Menegas in the slot on the far side of the field with twins either side. They'll move a man in motion, hand it off up the middle, but met right in the middle and taken back. Roseburg getting the stop. Hayden Snyder making the first contact in the backfield. It's just a loss of 1 on the tackle for loss for Roseburg's front line. Running the ball there, Albright. His 6th carry of the night. Albright, a senior back, 5'8". They go to pass, going deep downfield. Jump ball, overpassed and tipped up in the air. Deep in coverage was Colton Marsters. He had the back position behind the intended receiver. The ball overthrown. Marsters tried to tip it up and see if his teammate there, actually it was Eli Jacobs in coverage. Marsters coming over to see if he could get the tip drill interception, but the pass incomplete will make it third down and 11. The ball, 48, Southridge half of the field. They've got to get it to the Roseburg 41 to convert. 4:47 and counting here in the first quarter. Still scoreless between these two teams from Southridge High School. Man in motion out of the backfield, looking that direction. Now Clay standing in the pocket, goes to double coverage, almost picked off, and a penalty flag comes out at the end. Landon Duper had the positioning, but there is a penalty flag at the end, and that seems to be in the position of a possible pass interference call. They call offsetting penalties. There is a penalty flag in the backfield as well. It was holding against Southridge and pass interference against Roseburg. And so we will offset and redo third down and 11. It was good position. It looked like to me there was double coverage on the intended receiver for Southridge. Duper looked like he did pretty well. Maybe got it called for a push-off as he tried to get clear of the receiver to try and make that interception. But the receiver, the intended receiver, looked as if he was fighting to get back to that football just as much as Landon Duper. We'll redo it here on third down and 11 with the ball at the Southridge 48. Looking back to pass, got hit as he threw. That pass low, no, incomplete. Pulling up off the turf was Aviles. Got hit as he threw. J.C. Clee took a big hit as he released that football. It was clean, and it brings down fourth down and 11 for Roseburg's defense. They'll try to hold here and force another punt. Back at inside his own 20 is Carson Dunn. The punter is Albright for Southridge. He stands at his own 35. Snap is good. His kick is away. Wobbly kick, not very deep. And calling for the fair catch and having to make his way through traffic was Carson Dunn. He had great concentration there to be able to get back to that football and make the catch. And it's punts on every possession so far for the first quarter, 4:30 to play. And Roseburg will take the ball at their own 30, started at their own 34 the last time they had it. Roseburg football tonight is brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. The offense back out on the field, trips to the wide side of the field, empty backfield for Colton Marsters. Roseburg switching it up to a more of an empty set here in week 3 of the season. Duper going to move in motion from left to right. They'll give it to him, trying to stretch the field with his speed. Got caught in the backfield, goes down awkwardly. And Landon Duper will be taken down at the 25-yard line. He'll lose 5 on the carry. Good speed up along that front line for Southridge. And they have been giving some issues to Roseburg's run game here as they try to stretch it out around the edges and kind of almost play keep away from Southridge on the defense. 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 15. Looking to pass. Marsters has some time. He'll go to Duper. Had him open in the middle of the zone. He gets it across the 35. It's going to make it a manageable 3rd down attempt coming up as he gets to the 37. That's a pickup of 12 on the pass play.
Brings up 3rd down and 3.
They'll make it 3rd down and 3 after the 12-yard pickup. Eckel in the backfield to the right of Marsters. The offense checks the wristbands and movement on the defensive line. It didn't look like anybody jumped for Roseburg.
Flags on the field.
And that should be good for a 1st down on the penalty by Southridge. And I have that down as their first penalty that has been accepted. They had the negating penalties earlier. So the penalty will take it out to the 41-yard line. Just shy of the 42. 1st down now for Roseburg on the penalty. 3:18 and counting in the first quarter. Still scoreless in this ball game. It's a keeper for Marsters. He finds his way around the end, and it's a foot race. Nobody's going to catch him to the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Roseburg, and they will put it on the board this time. I do not see any laundry on the field, and Roseburg will not get shut out in the first quarter. I was going to say just after that play, if they weren't able to score here in the first, it would be the first time all season they're held without a point in the first period. But Colton Marsters breaks free, scoring 59-yard touchdown run for Colton Marsters, his longest of the season. And now Eli Jacobs will come out to try and put the PAT through. His kick is up and no good.
Touchdown is up
and that is the first missed PAT by Eli Jacobs this season. We'll take a quick 30-second break and come back. Roseburg leading now by a score of 6-0 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there...
Welcome you back here in the first quarter, 6-0. Eli Jacobs battling the wind, and I think he tried to push it a little bit more to account for the wind, which is really howling today here at Southridge High School. And he pushed his PAT kick, his first miss of the season, but a 59-yard touchdown run by Colton Marsters gets Roseburg on top 6-0. Today's game brought to you by our friends at Roseburg Disposal. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122, our pregame show sponsor. Kickoff from Jackson Bartlett coming, and good luck to him fighting the wind as well. That one, a low toe punch, goes over the top of the first return man, goes right to another upfield. It gets across the 35, and that ball goes out to, I want to say, about the 37-yard line for Southridge. They'll start on their own half of the field. Their third possession of the first quarter. Have it at their own 37. Penalty helping Roseburg on that last drive convert the chains, and then it was a big run by Colton Marsters on the option. He pulled it out of the belly of Caden Eckel and then took it himself, got around the end, and then he has just some top next level speed. J.C. Klee will bring the offense back out for Southridge. He's in shotgun. One man to his left. They'll move him in motion out of the backfield, looking to pass on the quick slot route in the middle of the defense. A big tight end there on the completion. And it's Minigas, a big guy out there. Minigas is a 6'3" senior at 260 pounds, and he makes the catch, and it's tough to bring down as he goes out to the 44-yard line. Pass play of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Wind howling here. Man, I've never experienced any wind like this at a football game. High snap, run up the middle, lowering the shoulder, and yeah, we are losing everything here. Jeez Louise.
It's going to be a first down, Skyhawks.
So it's a first down after the run by Albright. Lost my pen. Oh, it's starting to get comical here, folks. Ball goes out to the 48-yard line. So it's a pickup of 4 on the ground for Albright to move the chains. First down and 10. Looking to pass. Going to go on a quick pass route. Caught. Loses a couple of defenders. Now at the 20. He's going to score at the 5 and in. Touchdown, Southridge. And the Skyhawks will put it in. It's Tucker on the touchdown reception. That's a 52-yard pass completion from J.C. Klee. And there is a penalty flag out there. Did not see that. And it goes against Southridge. It's holding that'll bring that one back. And that's a heartbreaker there. Roseburg had one on their drive earlier. And now Southridge going to get hit with one. That negates a 52-yard touchdown. The pass and run for Elijah Tucker.
After the penalty, ball spotted on the 42-yard line.
The penalty, they'll count it from the penalty. It will be a first down, and they'll have the ball into Roseburg territory. And I think we're going to have to just cut our losses here. And sorry, no running clock on the scoreboard here tonight because the camera just won't stay up. So we'll just go with what we've got here. What a night. So the penalty puts the ball at the 42-yard line, Roseburg's half of the field. And a pass completion to Tucker this time. They kind of go right back to the well.
Caught by Elijah Tucker. Tucker is tackled down near the...
So the pass completion goes down to the 37.
Second down and 5, Skyhawks.
Still on Roseburg's half of the field. That's a pickup of 5. Oh. Broadcast sports, they said. It'll be fun and easy, they said. Nobody accounted for hurricane force winds here tonight. That's what it feels like. In motion goes Aviles, right to left. Dropping back, they're going to go to him. They dump it off on a little short pass. He weaves his way through traffic. First down inside the 30. And marching down the field is Southridge. Roseburg's defense getting put through their paces here. Another pass play. We'll take it down to the 28-yard line. And that is a pickup of 9 through the air. They'll go with another pass play down the deep side of the field, but incomplete as they go quickly on that first down play from inside the 30. Incompletion. Third incomplete pass. 4 of 7 through the air tonight for J.C. Klee. Had a touchdown of 52 yards come back on a penalty. The fact that anything is staying where it's at right now is just a God honest miracle. Hey, this is just crazy. I have not experienced. I don't know if it's this bad on the field, but up here at the top of the bleachers, this is intense winds. But both teams have been passing. 40 yards through the air for Klee as he sets up in shotgun. 2 men moving in motion. That should have been a penalty. They don't throw it, and the pass completion is out. Now a penalty flag out at the end of the play, and there's no telling who that's going to be against. That goes inside the 25, and it is an illegal shift by Southridge, and that is the correct call. They had 2 men moving in motion at the same time, and you can't do that. So the ball was at the 28-yard line, and they'll back him up from there. They'll put it back to the 33. Loss of 5 on the penalty. It's not a cold night, but this wind sure is going to make it as the temperatures continue to drop, and we are hoping that maybe the rains hopefully hold off for a little while here. Expecting those to start hitting after the 11 o'clock hour, closer to midnight more than likely. Trips to the right side of the formation for Klee. He's got a man in the backfield with him. Looking to pass, they go the quick route out to the near side. Logan Kloffenstein meets Aviles in the backfield, slowed him up long enough for the rest of the defense to get there, and Aviles will lose yardage back to the 35. That'll be going backwards on the pass play.
Third down and 17.
That's a loss of 2 for Aviles. It looked like it was a forward pass as we wrap up the first quarter.
The Roseburg Indians 6.
A loss of 2. And it's going to be third down and long when we come back. Into the first quarter, we'll take a 60-second break and come back with more of the action for you here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm Amelia Snow. I work in the intensive care unit at Mercy Medical Center in Roseburg. I have seen the terrible damage COVID has done to my patients and their families. Without a vaccine, people of all ages can get very sick, even if they were perfectly healthy before they had COVID. The COVID vaccine is safe and effective and will reduce your risk of getting so sick you wind up at Mercy Medical. Get vaccinated, and I won't have to see you in the ICU.
Start of the second quarter, Southridge ball, 3rd and 17, ball on the 35-yard line.
Come back here to start the second quarter. Roseburg leading 6-0 as we welcome you back here on the Score. Also streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Southridge with the football, looking to pass, going over the middle on a post route. Was it caught? I think they're going to say yes, it was, and the receiver is down on the ground after the hit. Looks like it'll be close to possibly a first down here after 3rd down and long. But the receiver still down on the field. Joey Kieran here with you from Southridge High School. Roseburg leading 6-0 after the first quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Get 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit now at Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Check on that injured player out there. I believe that might be Errol Moreland. Gets up. And will have to come off the field.
Last catch was made by Stone Fowler.
It is actually Stone Fowler that makes the catch.
4th down and 1 for the Skyhawks.
And so it'll be 4th down and 1 as they put him down at the 19-yard line on the pass completion. They're going to run it up the middle with Albright. A penalty flag is out, and he got right to the line of scrimmage and then met and pushed backwards.
Albright, the ball carrier. There was a penalty flag on the play.
So that was a pass of 16 yards on that last play to set up the 4th and 1. The penalty flag is out. I don't know if he was going to get the first down. Roseburg may decline this. Chop block against Southridge.
That penalty is declined.
It's declined, and it's a turnover on downs.
Ball over on downs. Roseburg football. 11 minutes and 24 seconds in the second quarter.
So it'll be a turnover on downs on the run. They put the ball back at the line of scrimmage, so it was no gain on the carry by Albright. Turnover on downs, and Roseburg will have it. They start with the ball at their own 19-yard line. With 11:24 to go here in the first half, leading 6-0. Marsters hands it off, running up the middle is Eckel. He gets tripped up by his ankles. So far, just 11 yards on the ground for Caden Eckel. And he will take it out to the 23-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4. Pickup of 4 on the ground there for Caden Eckel. Shotgun snap. Marsters low throw out into the flats. Just tried to go right down the line of scrimmage to Landon Duper. And the incompletion. Easy pass play there. Duper open, but he just threw it at his shoe tops. And the pass incomplete. Now on the evening for Colton Marsters, he is 3 for 5 through the air. Looking to pass again. Pump fake, pulls it down, now trying to escape the pocket. He will. Throws over the middle. That ball tipped and incomplete. Got lucky there. A late throw over the middle. Always a dangerous decision for a quarterback. And the incompletion will make it 4th down for Roseburg. And they will have to punt it away from their own territory here. This season, punting for Dawson Gillespie. He came in averaging 26 yards a punt. He'll have some room to try and boot it away here. Deep to return. The return man standing around the 46-yard line on Southridge's half of the field. It's Avila's deep to return. And a bad snap caught in the backfield, and Roseburg going to give the ball to Southridge. Deep in Roseburg territory, inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. With 10:46 to go here in the first half, Southridge with their best scoring opportunity. We'll start with the ball at Roseburg's. They will spot it at the 13. So that is a loss of 10 on that bad snap. And Roseburg gives Southridge great field position. They set up with their spread offense, one back in the backfield with the quarterback, Klee. He moves a man in motion from right to left, and penalty flags are out. Stopping the play as it gets started, and it is going to be a false start against Southridge. And they continue to hurt themselves with penalties. Push them back 5 yards. Back to the 18. Coming up, we'll have your halftime show. We'll recap this first half. I'll take a deep breath and remind myself that this is a good time. We're having fun out here. We're doing some high school football. It's been a bit of a We'll give a big shout out to Duct Tape at the halftime show. Looking to pass, Klee gets his pass away as he's hit and away from the defense. Touchdown, Southridge. The Skyhawks will put it in. It's Nathan Aviles on the touchdown score from 18 yards out. And that'll tie up the ball game pending the extra point here. Coming out to kick, I believe, it's going to be Maya Simon.
Rowan Minor setting up for the point after touchdown.
It will not. It'll be Rowan Minor that's going to be doing the kicking, the left-footed freshman kicker, trying to kick through the wind. We saw Eli Jacobs miss the PAT on this side earlier. Booted is no good. So we will stay tied at 6. 6-6 ball game here in the second quarter on the touchdown by Southridge. We'll come back after a 30-second break. This is Roseburg football taking on Southridge, tied at 6 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Well, it's a 6-6 ball game here on the second quarter. First half action been going on. Roseburg will get the ball to start the second half. 10:39 to go still here in the first half of this ball game. Kicking away right to left will be Southridge.
Landon Duper and Logan Klopfenstein back for the Indians.
Klopfenstein and Duper deep to return. That short field, it took only one play to go into the end zone for Southridge on that last drive. It wore off all of 7 seconds after the bad snap set up the Skyhawks in great field position. Kickoff is away, kick towards the sideline, taken over the shoulder catch by Gillespie, makes a one-man miss, stays on his feet, now falls forward to the 28-yard line, and Roseburg will have the football there.
Takes the kickoff out to the 28-yard line.
Was told back in the studio that apparently the internet is telling us that
10 minutes and 32 seconds left in the first half.
The winds here are 12 miles per hour here in Beaverton. Feels blustery, more blustery than that. 72 degrees, though, is our current temperatures. Roseburg's offense will take the field, first down and 10. Yeah, saying winds 12 miles per hour. I feel like the gusts are probably a little bit higher than that. In shotgun is Marsters. Roseburg looking to respond after giving up the touchdown. Just a second offensive touchdown for a team against Roseburg this season. Into open territory, Weaving just darting right by defenders on the quarterback keeper. Colton Marsters will pick up good yardage out to the 45 for the first down. He'll pick up 17 on that carry.
First and 10, Roseburg.
Marsters makes it first and 10 for the Tribe. Just lost my pen somewhere. I don't even know where that ended up. $17-yard scamper there for Marsters. They'll go out into the flats. The pass is incomplete. Again, trying to get to Duper.
Second down and 10, Roseburg.
And Duper, the pass incomplete, and it makes a second down and 10. It's another one of those passes just right down the line. Second down and 10. Going to be runner by Marsters again, going left side, still on his feet. Stretches that one out near the 50-yard line.
Marsters on the quarterback keeper. Tackled down at the 49-yard line after a gain of 4.
They'll take him down to the 49. Still on Roseburg's half of the field.
Third down and 6.
So it'll be third down and 6. Marsters at 92 yards thanks to that 59-yard touchdown run he had earlier. Third down and 6 at midfield. Going over the middle, the pass is a bit low. He hesitated at first, then went to Landon Duper, and it's incomplete again. That is 4 straight incompletions for for Colton Marsters. Came in completing over 80% of his passes, but tonight he is just 3 for 8 through the air. And it'll bring out the punt unit once again for Roseburg.
Dawson Gillespie set to kick the ball deep.
Kick from Gillespie. He'll be at his own 39-yard line. The return man back at the 15 for Southridge. The rugby-style kick, low line drive, barely got through the line, but it'll take a Roseburg roll and will stop at the 22-yard line after the punt, and that is where Southridge will get the ball back with 9:19 to go. Roseburg doesn't even run off a minute and a half on the game clock with that last possession. The offense stalling out a little bit for them here. 9:19 to go in the first half. Southridge has the football at their own 22-yard line as they scored on their last drive to tie this one up 6-6 here in the first half of tonight's non-conference matchup in Beaverton. J.C. Klee and the offense will come back out. Tonight's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. The offense on the field for the Skyhawks. Running the football around the left side of the formation.
J.C. Klee on the
It is the quarterback, J.C. Klee.
Tackle down at the 27-yard line after
That'll be a pickup of about 5.
Second down to 5, Skyhawks.
Make it second down. Puts the ball out at the 27. Looking to pass, Klee looking to the right side, has a man open in the middle of the zone. Carson Dunn came up quick but couldn't get there fast enough. The ball gets out to the 34. It's a pickup of 7.
Tucker is tackled down at the
And Elijah Tucker will pick up the 7 yards, makes it a first down, move the chains for the Skyhawks. 7 yard, that is now 79 through the air for J.C. Klee. He's been accurate with his passing here tonight. Best offensive performance we've seen against Roseburg's defense so far this season. Roseburg going with its 4-man front, 3 linebackers. So they move a man in motion from right to left, tight end staying into block. They'll pass it out into the flats. It's Aviles. Had enough for 1 block. He got out to about the 39-yard line. Aviles picking up good yardage on first down to the 39.
After a gain of 4.
It'll be pickup of 4 through the air.
Second down and 5, Skyhawk.
Second down and 5. 8:03 to play. Still here in the first half. Southridge trying to take the lead for the first time against Roseburg. Klee in shotgun. He's got Albright to his left. Turns and hands it to him, but penalty flags out on the far side of the field.
Penalty flags on the field.
We'll wait for the call here from the Whitecap. They are still discussing this one. And they're going to wave off the flag. So, no penalty. We'll make it keeps it second down and 5. Ball sits at the 39-yard line. Southridge half of the field on the left hash mark. Trips to the right side. Tied into the right side of the formation as well. Fumbled on the snap. Klee going to keep it. He gets met in the backfield and taken down as he tries to scramble away. It's Dawson Gillespie on the tackle. A tackle for loss for Roseburg. In the backfield, taken back to the 37-yard line. That'll be a loss of 2 for J.C. Klee. It's going to be third down and 7 now. As Roseburg's defense standing tall and trying to force a punt. Again, the wind blowing across the field, so from the far sideline to the near sideline for the most part. At least that's what the flags look like over here. On the far side of the field for Roseburg's fans over there, they seem to be blowing from one end zone to the other. Pump fake going deep downfield and knocked away, incomplete. Eli Jacobs in coverage will break that one up. One-on-one coverage deep downfield. Incomplete. First incompletion in 5 straight attempts for J.C. Klee, and it brings up 4th down and long deep in their own territory here for Southridge. And you got to expect the punt unit is coming out as Roseburg's defense may hold and trying to give the offense another chance here in the first half. Roseburg gets the ball for the second half. 6:50 to go, still tied 6-6 here from Southridge High School. Snap goes over the head of the punter, back to his own 10-yard line. Going to try and pass. That ball tipped up, picked off. Roseburg with the interception. Stumbling his way inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line. The pickoff by Eli Jacobs, and that's his second of the season, the INT. The throw was by Albright on the punt attempt, and the INT by Eli Jacobs is second. And Roseburg will have the football at the Southridge 14. And they do it with 6:40 here in the first half. They'll look to try and capitalize on the miscue. So the special teams coming into play for both sides. Southridge scored a touchdown after Roseburg's miscue on a snap for a punt. And now Roseburg trying to return the favor. Timeout down on the field by Southridge. Let's go ahead and take one as well. 30-second break. This is Roseburg football on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
So Roseburg, after the interception on a bad snap on a punt, will have great field position as we welcome you back here in the second quarter from Southridge High School. 6:40 to play in the first half. Roseburg and Southridge tied at 6-6, but the Indians in the red zone. Tonight's game brought to you by Flyway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue. Call them at 672-5701. Marster's out there to lead the offense again. Looking to pass. They try to set up the screen. He pump fakes. Still looking to throw. Going to roll out to his right, asking for a block. He'll get to the 10. Slides a tackle. Gets inside the pylon. Touchdown, Roseburg. And the Indians will punch it in on the first play after the turnover. No penalty flags out. Touchdown. Marsters gets his second of the night. A 14-yard touchdown carry. And Marsters is over 100 yards on the night with his second touchdown run at 1:06. And the PAT coming on the other side of the field this time for Eli Jacobs. Jacobs, the right-footed kicker. Snap. Okay, placement down by Tatone. The kick is no good, though. That one wobbles to the left. So it'll stay just 6 points on the board for Roseburg as they score. It is now 12-6. Roseburg in front of Southridge. We'll come back after a 30-second break on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Kick coming away for Roseburg, going left to right on your radio dial here from Southridge. If it wasn't for the stinking wind, it would be a really nice night out here at the ballpark. Sun has set, so the lights have taken full effect here on a beautiful facility at Southridge High School. We look off and see the hills with dim lights kind of spotted along the horizon. You can see just some deep dark blues out there as the sun is fully going down below the horizon. Wind has been on all night. Somebody turned on the fans and walked out of the room. Jackson Bartlett, the right-footed kicker, will kick it away towards the sideline, bobbled up but then taken by the return man, trying to go up the sideline, slips through one tackle, gets hit and out of bounds. Braden Steinacre, one of the Roseburg players there to get a hit on Nathan Aviles as he makes the return. With 6:22 to go here in the first half, Southridge will have the ball out at their own 34-yard line. So some special teams coming into play here in the first half. A mishandled snap on a punt attempt by Roseburg set up a short field for Southridge. They capitalized, and then Roseburg returned the favor on a mishandled snap. An INT, trying to make something, was Cypress Albright. Throws the INT. Roseburg set up with a short field, and they capitalize on the first play. Southridge with it back after the Roseburg score. At their own 34 on the left hash mark, J.C. Klee in shotgun, looking to pass. Going to go into the running back out in the flats. Met there by Kloffenstein. It's going to be a short gain on first down for Albright. He'll get across the 35, but just barely to the 36. A pickup of 2 on the pass play. For Albright, his first catch of the night. Set up with trips to the left side. The tight end out as a wide receiver. The big man, Minigas, he's in the middle. One target to the far side. Move a man out of motion out of the backfield. Looking to pass downfield. Pressure coming. Steps up in the pocket, but nowhere to go. J.C. Klee will get taken down. Roseburg with the sack will make it third down and long. There'll be 14 yards to go as the ball back to the 30-yard line. It's a loss of 6 on the sack.
Second down and 14 for the Skyhawks.
And Roseburg will force a third down and long attempt. And for Roseburg on the sack, James Coleman with the sack, getting the first pressure in there, and there are a lot of guys in there on that one. James Coleman there on the defensive side, stepping up to help make the play. And Coleman last week had half a sack, so he's been getting some good pressure. Looking to pass, Klee goes over the middle. I think intended for Minigas, the tight end, but the pass well behind him, incomplete. And it'll be fourth down, and Roseburg's defense will come up with some nice stops. The sack really big on that drive. And Southridge, with still 4:49 to go in the first half, will look to give the ball back to Roseburg on another punt here. There's still a lot of time left in this first half of this ball game. It has been back and forth, but some decent scoring, some punts, and the clock has not been running the whole time. So this first half seeming to give both teams a lot of opportunities. 4:49, clock stopped on the incompletion. High snap, but this time Albright brings it in, gets the right foot into it. Carson Dunn will let it bounce, and now he'll get away from it as it takes a Southridge roll down to the 31-yard line. And that is where Roseburg will get the ball with 4:40 to go
4 minutes and 40 seconds left
here in this first half. So Roseburg has it at their own 31-yard line. Roseburg football brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family, because they are family. 4:40 and counting here in the first half. For Roseburg, fourth possession of the second quarter. Colton Marshers has 2 rushing touchdowns as he leads them out there. Caden Eckel, the sophomore, has been held in check so far tonight, just 15 yards. Marshers has done the damage, 106 so far in the first half, and movement before the snap. And the play is blown dead as the snap came, but Marshers wasn't ready. And in the backfield, Eckel was moving. So, actually,
false start against Roseburg.
Was it a false start or a timeout? Roseburg's going to the sideline like it was a timeout. They may have called the timeout before the penalty. So Roseburg with a timeout will keep it right here. 4:38 to go. They do back Roseburg up before as they come back out. So I guess the penalty will count and then the timeout. They put him back at the 26-yard line. Well, checking in with some other scores from the Southwest Conference tonight. I guess South Medford, who's at Lake Oswego tonight, but their game got delayed till 8 o'clock because of that traffic jam that we got caught in on I-5. So they're just about to get started at South Medford, or for South Medford at Lake Oswego. North Medford is taking on Sherwood. North Medford, the Black Tornado, leading 14-7 after the first quarter. So a couple of scores, or at least a score and an update on Southwest Conference teams. After the timeout, Roseburg facing first down and 15 after their penalty. Duper moves in motion, an underhand pitch to him. That's technically a pass. He'll wrap it around the far side, lowers his shoulder as he tries to scoot around the far end, and they will put him out at the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there. That's a 9-yard carry on the pass play for Landon Duper. With the underhand forward shovel, that is technically a pass. So 9 yards, 21 on 2 catches for Duper so far. Out to the 35, second down. They'll hand it off up the middle. Racing with the football is Caden Eckel. And it'll make it third down and manageable for Roseburg here out to the 39. Pickup of 4 for Caden Eckel. He's got 19 yards on the night so far. They'll run it again. And again, it's Eckel, and he moves the chains as he gets across the 45 to the 46.
Tackle down at the 46.
And that'll be a pickup of 7 on the ground.
7 on the play
for Eckel.
For Roseburg.
They're moving quick with the offense here. First down and 10. The change just getting set. The snap comes. Eckel will get it, makes one cut to the right. Now tries to bounce it to the sideline. Loses a defender there. Down the sideline, looking back to the middle of the field. Dancing around. Stays on his feet, but he danced right back into the defense. If he goes down the sideline, maybe he's able to get a few more yards, but still a big gainer down to the 26-yard line in Southridge territory. And Roseburg's across the 50 on the carry, but a penalty flag back. And Roseburg's walking the other direction. And it's called a hold against Roseburg. These penalty flags keep coming out at the end of the play, and I'm not noticing them. So Roseburg, never mind the big run by Caden Eckel. Penalty flag will move them back. And penalties have been hurting Roseburg here tonight. They go back to their own 36-yard line.
Ball now spotted on the 36-yard line.
3:50 and counting here in the first half. Roseburg leading 12-6 on top of Southridge with the football, facing first and 15. They pass it out to the far side. It's caught. It's Klopfenstein.
Marshall's pass is complete out to Logan Klopfenstein.
Klopfenstein will take it out to the 40.
Tackle down at the 40-yard line after gain of 4.
So that's just a pickup of 4 on that one.
Second down and 16.
Klopfenstein's first catch of the night. Spread him. Eckel comes out of the backfield. He'll go out to the left side of the formation. They move Tatone from the left to the right for a trip formation out there. Empty backfield. Now move Eckel in motion. Fake the handoff to him. Looking on the pass. High, but it's caught by Duper, and he's out in front of everybody, and no one's going to catch him. Landon Duper into the house. No laundry on the field, and Roseburg with the touchdown. They'll extend their lead here in the first half. That is a 60-yard TD pass, Landon Duper's first of the season. And the first touchdown pass of the year for Colton Marster. Roseburg has done all the damage on the ground this season in scoring, but now Colton Marster connects with Duper for the 60-yard score to put Roseburg on top 18-6 here before the first half comes to an end. And they are going to leave the offense on the field to try and go for 2. Marster's in shotgun with Eckel to his right. Looking to pass, going right side as the man, and stretching across the goal line and in. The 2-point score is good for Dominic Tatone. Colton Marsters finds Landon Duper for a 60-yard TD.
And with 3 minutes and 29 seconds remaining.
And then Tatone gets it from Marsters for the 2-point conversion. And Roseburg will lead 20-6 with 3:29 to go here in the first half. Back and forth we go in this one. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the 9th drive of this second quarter. These teams trading things back and forth so far throughout this one. Touchdown pass 60 yards to Landon Duper. For those that are watching live online at 541radio.com, let's see if my replay abilities are working here tonight. Here is the replay of that 60-yard touchdown pass. Looks like I might have gotten it. It was high, almost overthrew him, but Duper got it, and with his speed, that is what they have been trying to find a way to use all season long. Landon Duper with just great speed and finally gets to showcase it there. Jackson Bartlett with the kick. High end-over-end kick towards the sideline, and it takes a bounce back in. Oh, just goes out of bounds. I thought it had taken a bounce back towards the middle of the field, and it would have been a live football. Right there was Carson Dunn with maybe a chance to get to that ball, but it bounces out of bounds. A penalty flag on Roseburg. It'll be out to the 35-yard line, I believe, on that kick. Southridge will get the football, or they could make them kick it again. But they'll take it at the 35, it looks like. So Southridge has it at their own 35-yard line, trailing by 14 now. 20-6 with 3:24 to go here in the first half. Well, they look to the sideline. J.C. Klee wanting the offensive call again. Albright to his left. Trips to the wide side of the field as the ball sits at the left hash mark. High snap, pull it down. Albright gets it right up the middle, slips through a tackle by Steinacre and continues. Hard running there for Cypress. Albright gets to the 46-yard line, shed the first tackler. Braden Steinacre came in, made a nice hit, but he couldn't hang on to him. And that is a pickup of 11 on the ground for Albright. First down carry. Ball in the middle of the field, just on the end of the feathers of the Skyhawk logo at the 50. First and 10 from the 46. High snap again, pull it down, give it to Albright. He got through the first defender in the backfield, but could not get away from the rest. Steinacre there again, along with a few other white jerseys. And Roseburg will get the TFL, tackle for loss. And that ball goes back to the 43-yard line, a loss of 3.
Second down and 13, Skyhawk.
Ball goes back to the 43, second down and 13. Eli Jacobs coming in and helping make the pressure from his secondary position. Clock running, 2.5 to play here in the first half. Roseburg trying to go to 3-0 on the season, but a whole second half of football to come. Looking to pass, a lot of time back there, but pressure coming, dumps it over the middle. Ball tipped up. In their coverage, Colton Marshall's got that ball tipped up. Gillespie tried to make an attempt at the ball as it fell on the Skyhawk logo, incomplete. But the defense, good coverage downfield. J.C. Klee had a lot of time in the pocket, but nothing developed with all the traffic in front of him. He had to try and get rid of it just before the pocket collapsed on him, and his pass just off the hands of the intended receiver and the defender. Sets down third down and 13 for Southridge. Clock stopped on the incompletion, 2:23. Looking to pass, Klee looking to his left, goes downfield, has a man open, but it's overthrown, picked off by Duper. He'll get free, bubbles out to the far side of the field, wakes one man miss, gets to the 35-yard line, takes contact, and drives him out of bounds towards the 40-yard line. The second interception of the night for the Roseburg defense.
Duper's tackled out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
And Landon Duper will get his first takeaway. Roseburg, without a turnover so far in this game, and 2 takeaways means they're now +2 on the turnover margin. And the return takes it out to the nose of the football at the 40. So Roseburg will have it at their own 40-yard line with 2:11, trying to make Southridge pay on the miscue. First interception of the night for Klee. They'll run it up the middle with Caden Eckel. And Roseburg, I don't know if they will try to go aggressive here, knowing they get the football to start the second half, or if they just try to get to the halftime locker room with a 14-point advantage. They get the ball to the 41 on the run. That is a pickup of 1 on the ground for Caden Eckel. Quiet night so far for the sophomore, just 27 yards. They move to Tone in motion, no handoff, looking to pass. Going to go downfield, got Duper there, but defensive pressure in his way, and they will not throw a flag. The defender, Aviles, was right there, kind of step for step, but that ball needed to be further downfield. He had him open, just didn't lead him enough. The incompletion will stop the clock with 1:34 to play. 3rd down and 9 from their own 41-yard line for Roseburg. Trying to get another score in before this first half comes to a close, leading 20-6 over Southridge. The Indians with 2 receivers to either side, ball on the left hash mark. Marsters in shotgun with Eckel to his right, moves to Tone in motion. He's going to take off and run to his left. Quarterback keeper designed all the way, and he slips through, bouncing off tacklers, moves the chains as he takes it in to Southridge territory at the 45.
Tackle down at the 45-yard line.
So he will move that. That is 14 yards on the keeper for Marsters. And they go right back to the line of scrimmage, give it to Eckel, trying to make the defense pay. Eckel has a first down carry as well. And Eckel will take it inside the 35. They'll spot him at the 32. That's a 13-yard pickup for Eckel. And a timeout taken by Southridge. Roseburg running their no-huddle offense and really putting the pressure on Southridge as they march down the field into Southridge territory. We keep it right here in the first half with 1:15 to play. Roseburg leading by 14, but trying to stretch it and threatening as the ball is at the Southridge 32. Coming up at the halftime, we'll take a look at some scores from other games of note here tonight from around the Umpqua Basin and the Southwest Conference, so stick around for that. Tonight's game brought to you by Tim's Appliance at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing always available. And by B&D Meats, whether it's for one or for many, B&D Meats in Winston has you covered. And don't forget about Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call 541-459-1545. Might just be me, but I feel like the wind has settled down a little bit, although I look to my left. Here on it's Memorial Night, they recognized the members of our military that have given it all for our freedoms. They recognized them before the game. My buddy Joe, a vet himself, and the American flag is attacking him here tonight with the winds starting to shift direction. Handed off after the timeout by Southridge. Eckel gets it, spins up the middle inside the 30 to the 28.
Eckel down at the 28-yard line.
His pickup of 4 on the carry.
2nd down and 5, Roseburg.
Roseburg will have about 2nd and 6. Sorry, runny nose tonight. The wind really was picking it up there. Been trying to settle it down. Rolling to his left, Marsters looking downfield. Couple of pump fakes, and he might have been picked off. Penalty flag out. He might have been beyond the line of scrimmage. It might be an illegal forward pass, and I don't think Southridge is going to care. It is an interception and going the other way.
Penalties on Roseburg.
So an INT on Marsters. And the interception, the first of the season for Colton Marsters. So Roseburg with their first turnover here in the ball game. Southridge has it with 42 seconds left to go. Have the ball at their own 24-yard line. A lot of possessions here in this one. Been a lot of quick drives, either quick with a punt, quick scoring drives. It's been a little bit of everything here. J.C. Klee turns, hands it off. Albright running right side of the formation, spins through the line of scrimmage. He's met by Steinecker, who takes him down just before the 30, down to the 28-yard line.
Tackle down at the
pickup of 4.
Gain of 4 on the play.
For Albright.
2nd and 6.
Who's got 20 yards on the night. And the flags out before the snap. Trying to run quick there was Southridge. Did they get Roseburg out of position, or did they jump early? And it's going to be against Southridge, backing him up. 5-yard penalty. We'll go back inside the 20.
False start against the Skyhawks.
Or excuse me, back inside the 25. Go down to the 23.
2nd down and 12.
15 seconds and counting, and Southridge might just let this first half clock wear out here. No, they will not. They will take a timeout, their final of the first half.
Timeout taken on the field by the Skyhawks.
The first half that
final timeout of the half.
will take some tick, 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 tick time here in this ball game here tonight. Joey Kieran here with you. Roseburg will finally get a chance to play their first official home game of the season coming up next week. Looking forward to that. Been on the road a lot. Home game to start the season turned into a neutral site game at Cottage Grove. Then Roseburg going to Bend last week to take on Mountain View. Here at Southridge this week, everybody's been gracious hosts, all great places to call a game. But I would be lying to you if I didn't say I was a little partial to the friendly confines of Findlay Field. We will be there coming up next week as Roseburg hosts McMinnville coming up next Friday night. All right, 8 seconds left on the clock out of the timeout by Southridge. We'll have the ball. Second down and 11 from their own 23. Fake the handoff, pass out into the flats. It's Moreland with it. He got some good blocks. Roseburg playing prevent defense. Moreland will get stood up at the 40-yard line, and that'll bring the first half to a close. A 17-yard pickup to finish out the first half of the ball game. And at the break, it is 20-6. Our score. Roseburg in front of Southridge. We'll come back with your halftime show after this 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Here at halftime, the Roseburg Indians are leading the Southridge Skyhawks. Our score at the break is 20-6. Joey Kieran here with you on the road in Beaverton as we bring you this non-conference game. Roseburg looking to stay perfect on the season. They've got a 14-point lead as they take the break. Let's go ahead and pause real quick for a station identification. This is Roseburg football on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Well, at the break, 20-6 your score. It was an adventurous first half. Both teams trying to figure each other out early on and probably trying to figure out a little bit how to handle these conditions here today. It is a for the most part, a pretty mild night. Temperatures are fairly warm. There is no precipitation as of yet, as we expect this atmospheric river coming our direction here in the Pacific Northwest. But the wind has been absolutely something to deal with here tonight. We have had probably sustained winds around 12 miles per hour and gusts probably, I would assume, up into the 20s. It has been extremely blustery tonight here in Beaverton. So both teams trying to figure some things out early on, and this first half played out punt, punt, punt by either team. But on their second possession of the first quarter, Roseburg would get the ball at their own 30, and they would go 70 yards in 3 plays. There was a penalty by Southridge in there that helped them move the chains, and a 59-yard touchdown run by Colton Marsters got Roseburg on the board. Battling the wind, the kickers have had quite the night here tonight, and the extra point by Eli Jacobs was no good. Roseburg led 6-0 with 3:05 to go in the first quarter. Southridge would get the ball in their next possession, and they would drive a ways into Roseburg territory. In fact, they would get to the Roseburg 19-yard line, but they were unable to convert. They would turn it over on downs. Roseburg would get it, and they would march downfield, but they would get stuck. Or actually, they didn't really go that far. They got stuck in their own territory, and a misplay on a punt turned the ball over on downs at the Roseburg 13. That gave Southridge a short field in the second quarter, and it took them just one play, a TD pass from J.C. Klee finding Nathan Aviles from 18 yards out. The extra point no good. It was tied 6-6 with 10:39 to go into the first half. On the couple of drives later, Southridge had it. They were trying to punt. The snap was not a good one. Picking it up, the punter, Cypress Albright, tried to throw it away, and he was picked off by Eli Jacobs. First interception of the game for Roseburg. They've had 2 in the first half, second of the season for Jacobs. Set Roseburg up with a short field. It took one play, a touchdown run by Marsters for 14 yards, and Roseburg was on top 12-6. It was another punt on the next possession for Southridge, and Roseburg would get it at their own 31. They go 69 yards down the field, and it was a 60-yard touchdown pass that capped off the drive as Colton Marsters, his first touchdown pass of the season, finds Landon Duper. It was a high pass. The defender tried to make a play. Duper made the catch and had the defense out of position, and his speed took him to the house from 60 yards out. And then they go for 2. Marsters finds Tatone for the 2-point conversion to put Roseburg up 20-6, and that's where we stand at the end of the first half. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at individual statistics from the first half and get you a couple of scores from other games of note so far here this evening. Roseburg leading against Southridge 20-6 here at Southridge High School in Beaverton on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
As a doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Back here at halftime as Roseburg is on top of Southridge 20-6. Here from Southridge High School, Joey Keyran here with you, our halftime show. Make sure you stick around for the postgame show where we will name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. That is Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. Our player of the game receiving a $50 gift certificate to Mountain Mike's Pizza for their performance in tonight's game. Taking a look at your stats, let's start with the visiting team as we like to do. That would be the Roseburg Indians in this matchup here tonight. Colton Marsters in the first half. Finished that first half. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He was 6 for 13 in the first half, 1 interception and 1 touchdown, a 60-yard touchdown pass. Landon Duper with the catch. He's got 3 catches for 81 yards in the 60-yard touchdown reception. Kloffenstein and Tatone with catches as well. Caden Eckel on the ground in the first half, 9 carries, 44 yards, but it's Colton Marsters doing most of the carry. He had 6 carries for 120 yards so far on the night. He had a 59-yard touchdown run, also had a 14-yard touchdown carry as well. But he's got a 59-yard run, 17-yard run, 14, and 14. He's got a lot of good runs in that first half for Roseburg. Dominic Tatone, 1 carry for 7 yards in the first half. On the other side, J.C. Klee, he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's see. He is 11 for 18 through the air so far here in this first half of action. And he is at 102 yards through the air in the first half. Has the 1 touchdown pass of 18 yards so far tonight. That went to Nathan Aviles, who has 5 catches for 48 yards total. Also 2 catches for Elijah Tucker for 12. Minigas had 1 catch for 7 yards. Moreland had 1 catch for 17 yards. Also, it was Stone Fowler with a catch for 16, and Albright with a catch. Cypress Albright, 1 catch, 2 yards. Albright on the ground, 11 carries, 20 yards. J.C. Klee has 4 carries for a total of 0 yards. That is your stats from the first half of tonight's game. We'll come back as the band entertains us here at Southridge High School. We'll get you a couple of scores and get you ready to go for the second half of tonight's ball game. I'm Joey Keyran. This is your halftime show from Southridge High School. Wrapping things up and getting ready for the second half kickoff when we come back after this 60-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Well, we get ready to go for the second half of tonight's contest as Roseburg leads at the break by a score of 20-6 over Southridge. Roseburg comes in with a 3-0 record in this game. 2-0 record. Southridge is 0-2 on the season with 1 league game already under their belt this year. Roseburg, though, is looking to go to 3-0 for the first time to start a season since 2013. Last time Roseburg was 3-0 to start out a year was back there in, the last time they started 2-0 was 2019, but they went on to lose their next 7 games that season, finished 2-7, 5 of those losses against playoff teams though. But Roseburg, last time they started out a season with 3 straight wins was 2013. They started that year 5-0. So looking to try and get some good things going here today. Roseburg trying to finish off the second half with that victory. Some other scores to try and pass along to you here. Trying to check on some stuff here. I got a lot of text messages here tonight. Let's see here. From the Southwest Conference tonight, North Medford leading Sherwood late in the second quarter, 21-7. And at the half, McMinnville, that's next week's opponent, is tied with Oregon City at 14-all. So not too bad there for McMinnville as they get ready to make their trek down to Roseburg coming up next week. Also tonight, let's see here. From the Umpqua Basin, some 6-man football going on. Riddle is leading on top of Elkton, 26-19. A touchdown run by Jesse Myers with 2 yards out with 4.9 seconds left in the conversion. So the score and the conversion putting Riddle in front of Elkton. Wow, they're late in that ball game. Hunter Helmer had a 50-yard kickoff return to pull within 26-25, but Riddle held on the conversion with no time left on the clock. So an exciting finish between Riddle and Elkton tonight. That coming from Donovan Brink. You'll be able to read a full recap of that game coming up in the news review. You can find it online at nrtoday.com and then in Sunday's paper there. That sounds like a wild battle between Riddle and Elkton, with Riddle hanging on at the last minute after scoring late to take a lead in that contest. Our score again is 20-6 here tonight between Roseburg and Southridge. Yesterday we had Days Creek in a non-league game, 6-man football here. Waldport winning 54-14 against the Wolves. Today, some of your other games around the Umpqua Basin. Sutherland is hosting Valley Catholic tonight. Douglas is on the road at Reedsport. South Umpqua welcomes in Corbett this evening. Glendale's at Myrtle Point. In Camas Valley, they had their game against Mohawk canceled tonight. Oakland at Lowell was also canceled this evening. Some league games coming up this evening. Glide at Illinois Valley. You've got that Riddle and Elkton game. That sounded like a barn burner there. North Douglas hosting North Lake tonight. Yoncalla welcomes in Powers. That's all 6-man football. And then some other games of note from the Southwest Conference. Grants Pass at McNary in Salem this evening. Sheldon is at Newburgh. And North Medford is hosting Sherwood tonight. We've been getting some score updates there. South Medford at Lake Oswego. That game got pushed to an 8 o'clock start because of the delay on the I-5 shutdown. And then McMinnville, we got the score on that one tied at 14 against Oregon City in the first half there. For those maybe listening from the Southridge point of view, Beaverton and Glencoe tied at 14 at halftime in that matchup. Another local score for up here in the Portland metropolitan area. In fact, actually now it's 28-20, Beaverton leading Glencoe in the third quarter for that one. So finding a few scores for you there, and we'll try and get some of these highlights from tonight's game posted up on our Twitter account. Search 1490 The Score on Twitter, and you'll find our Twitter account there. We'll try to pass along some final scores for you later on, but if you know of any scores from games around the Umpqua Basin that you'd like to share with us to be able to get on the radio, we'd appreciate it. Go ahead and hit us up on the 541 radio app and share those scores for us there. We'd love to pass them along and get those out there for everybody to know. And we'll try and get scores posted up later tonight, tomorrow morning, up online at 541radio.com. Just about ready to go for the second half action here. Roseburg will be getting the football to start the second half. Mariston Gladstone, yeah, all sorts of games going on here tonight. Marshfield, number 1 Marshfield taking on Prairie Washington, 6-0. Roseburg technically, according to the OSAA Power Rankings, ranked number 1 in the state. Down at Silky Field. Springfield, a future opponent for Roseburg. They'll finish out the regular season against the Millers. They trail 44-0 against crosstown rival Thurston at the end of the first half at Silky Field. Springfield, the program continuing to try and rebuild that program there. I was going to pass this along. We mentioned earlier on that they were celebrating some veterans, members of the military that passed away in their service to our country. They recognized a lot of Gold Star families in the pregame show, or in the pregame here at the field. We were kind of scrambling to get things going, so I didn't get a chance to really follow it too closely, but I did find out they honored a couple of Roseburg veterans, Dean Bright and James Moore. They were both part of Operation Iraqi Freedom. Dean Bright, part of Army, and James Moore, part of the Marines. And they were honored as a part of the group of the memorial that they have here. They do this once a year. They do a memorial game for our service members that have given it all for our freedoms. And so pretty cool that they did that here tonight, and that they even took some time to recognize a couple of Gold Star families from Roseburg. Getting ready to kick off the second half. It'll be right to left on your radio dial for Southridge as they kick it away. Landon Duper and Kloffenstein deep to return as the left-footed kicker ready to put the boot into it and get us started for the second half. 12 minutes on the board, and we are ready to go. The kickoff is away. It is taken by Gillespie just inside the 25. And Dawson Gillespie will take it out to about the 30-yard line.
Takes over 1st and 10.
So it'll be 1st and 10, Roseburg leading 20-6. Here to start out the second half of this football game. A great crowd out here tonight for the Southridge side. Not as many fans from Roseburg making the trek up here, which I'm hoping that means those folks are joining us online at 541radio.com to watch tonight's football game streaming live. Roseburg with the football, starting at their own 30-yard line. They'll try to run it up the middle.
Hand off to Caden Eckel.
Eckel will take the football. Short gain out to about 1. Might have stretched him out to the 32. It'll be 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard pickup by Caden Eckel. Roseburg was running quick with the offense in the first half. It's going to be a keeper pulling it out. Marsters goes around the right side, but it goes into a lot of red jerseys there. Roseburg in the white road jerseys tonight, and it's a short gain out to the 34. And Roseburg will be facing 3rd down and long. They've got a long 6 to try and pick up here. Going to roll out to his left, looking to pass, now going to tuck it and run, has some space, got the block he needed, and downfield he goes. Colton Marster looking like he'll move the chains as there are no penalty flags out there on the field, and he will move things with the run. Was rolling out there looking to pass, and things just not really developed, but the defenders all downfield, not in position to try and come back to the ball, and they get it out to the 43. That's a pickup of 9 on the carry for Marsters. Having a nice night tonight, 131 yards on the ground for the senior. He sets up in shotgun. Pistol formation with Eckel 2 yards behind him. Trips to the right side of the field. Turn, hand it off to Eckel up the middle. They are really keying on him. And they don't give him a whole lot there, but he does take it across the 45 out to the 46. Didn't think it was going to be quite that much for him there. But he does pick up 3s, inching his way towards 50 yards on the night. Eckel came in averaging about 130 yards on the ground in 2 games so far. But now teams really starting to key on him and try to slow him down. Trips to the right side. The defense making some late changes to get men in position. Move a man in motion. Keeper for Marsters as he fakes the pitch to Duper, and he uses his track speed down the sideline, but he can't tightrope all the way. He'll move the chains, but if he had stayed in bounds, he's got himself a touchdown. Got around the corner, got across the 50, and moves the chains into Southridge territory. They put him out to the 42-yard line, Southridge half of the field, and that is a 12-yard pickup on the ground for Marsters. He sets up in shotgun, low snap. He'll hand it off. Eckel running right side, looking for some space, but he'll use his speed to just stretch the defense. Turns it upfield, gets inside the 35, down to the 33-yard line, and that's a pickup of 9. And it'll make it 2nd down and 1. And he's over 50 yards on the night. Roseburg marching into Southridge territory, trying to keep their foot on the gas pedal and trying, if they can, to really break the will of the Skyhawks here in this second half in one of the closest games Roseburg's had so far this season. Kloffenstein moves in motion, low snap, and did he have his knee down when he picked up the football? Whistle stopped the play, and they will say that Marshers picked that football up with his knee on the ground.
Knee went down at
and so the run will take him back to the 37-yard line. That's a loss of 4. And it's going to be 3rd down now. That's a tough break for Roseburg's offense that would have been marching. 2nd down, and they take a knee on the low snap. It is James Coleman that has taken over at center today. They are a little short on the offensive line, looking to pass. Slant route, in and out of the hands of Dominic Titone on that slant route from the left side.
Buster's pass is incomplete.
And that will make it 4th down and 5 to go here for Roseburg's offense, and a bit of no-man land here. The ball at the 37. Do they try and punt, or do they keep the offense out there? And it looks like right now the offense is going to stay on the field. Facing 4th down and 5. They've got to get it to the 32-yard line to move the chains. Hayden Horton spread out wide to the right side. Haven't called his name yet. Marshall's looking to pass. The ball nearly dropped out of his hands, and he is sacked as he will get taken down on the tackle, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Coming in to make the play is Saul Sagayo, and that is a sack to turn the ball over.
Saul Sagayo.
I didn't get a chance for pronunciations because we got held up in traffic. And so the sack takes it back to the 43. That was a loss of 6 for Marsters. And Roseburg's drive looked really good to start. They turn it over on downs with 8:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. A little bit of life here for Southridge as they try to march down the field and see if they can cut it to a 1-score game, trailing by 14, 20-6. They'll hand it off, running left side. Cypress Albright stayed on his feet over the top of a guy for one of his own teammates. A penalty flag is out.
Holding penalty.
And a penalty is indicated against Southridge. So their drive will get stalled before it even gets started. They have the penalty. They've been losing that battle so far tonight. And they'll walk this one back to the 33-yard line. So it's a 10-yard penalty as they started at their own 43. So that negates the carry of about 3-4 yards there for Albright to start the drive. And they will wind the clock now. Looking to pass, Cleed, pump fake, throws short. He had to pump fake with the defenders in his way. Moreland, the intended target, and it's too short for him.
2nd down and 22.
And the incompletion will make it 2nd and 20. They look to the sideline here for Southridge. They were running things fast at times in the first half, slowing it down a bit here as they know this drive got to make it count as they need points. Clee in shotgun, trips to his right side. Well, fake the handoff, takes it himself, and he gets leveled as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Coleman coming up to help make the stop along with Dawson Gillespie. Gillespie got the shoes, and Coleman came in with his shoulder pads and knocked over J.C. Clee. He takes that ball to the 34, a pickup of just 1 on the carry. And now Roseburg's defense, 3rd down and long. They've got a chance to really try and put the screws to Southridge here on this first drive of the second half. They'll pass out into the flats. It's Moreland with it. He's a shifty receiver. He makes a couple of mid-miss, stutter steps back to his left, and he'll pick up good yardage, but they needed a lot more than that. Errol Moreland will take it from the 34 all the way out to the 44, a pickup of 10.
Brings up 4th down and 10 for the Skyhawks.
And it'll be about 4th down and a long 9 to go. And here comes the punt unit out for the Skyhawks. So neither team able to finish off a drive here on this first possession in the second half. And the punt unit will come out. That is Cypress Albright out there to try and punt it away. Kick is away, wobbly one towards the sideline. The wind got that ball, and it did not go very deep. It'll go out at the 36-yard line on Roseburg's half of the field.
First and 10, 6 minutes and 58 seconds
So
in the third quarter.
That one was kicked from the 44. They'll put it out at the 36. That is just a 20-yard net punt for Southridge. And Roseburg will have it at their own 36-yard line, leading 20-6 on top of the Skyhawks. Roseburg football coming back out on the field. Second possession of the third quarter as the wind starts. It died down for halftime and then decided to pick right back up for the third quarter. In shotgun is Marsters. Gives it to Eckel, running left side, just slips right through. He is so big, he gets lost behind his offensive line and just continues to slip his way downfield as he will get the clock running on a first down carry of about 4 on that one. He gets it out to the 40. Roseburg quick back to the line. Trips to the right side for Marsters. Turns, hands it off again. It's Eckel, bounces out around the left tackle. Following him forward there, I believe Silas Kincaid out on that direction. Tiger Black out there. And they go right back to the line. Goes out to the 42 is another pickup of 2. And Roseburg trying to go quick. It'll be Eckel spinning his way forward. He'll be real close to the line to gain. Got it across the 45. But the spot's going to all depend here. He is half a football short. They put him to the 45, the football just on the other side, and it is 4th down and 1. And Roseburg trying to go quick. They give it to Eckel again. He sidesteps around a defender and gets his first down carry as he takes it to the 48. And Roseburg just a steady dose of Caden Eckel here in this drive. He picks up another 3, and just like that, he's up to 16 carries and 70 yards on the night. They will move the chains and take a moment here to huddle up. That gives us a chance to let you know tonight's game is sponsored by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? 5.5 to go here in the third quarter. Still 20-6. Roseburg in front with the football on their right hash mark nearing the 50-yard line. Low snap again for Marsters, but he passes it out quickly to the far side. It's Kloffenstein with it, stays on his feet, continues to twirl his way downfield. Defenders continue to get their hands on him, but he just kept spinning his way forward, and Kloffenstein will take it to the 45 on Southridge's half of the field on the pass play.
Gain of 7 on the play.
That was 7 yards on the completion.
3, Roseburg.
Kloffenstein's second reception of the night. 2nd down and 3. Across the 50 at the 45. Southridge half of the field. Going to be a keeper for Marsters. Tries to bounce it out. Going to use his legs. Gets a couple of key blocks, and he's got first down yardage. He tie ropes it down the sideline. Makes a man miss with the Olay, and he's in. Roseburg touchdown. All the way downfield. And Colton Marsters with his 3rd touchdown run of the night. This time from 45 yards out. And it's now 26-6. And they will bring out the PAT unit here. No, they leave the offense on the field, excuse me. Try to make up for the missed extra points earlier. Rolling to his left, Marsters loses the football, and that ball stays in bounds, but now will be downed. So the extra point no good. Roseburg will stay on top 26-6 here in the third quarter. We'll come back with 4:36 to play in the third quarter. Roseburg leading on top of Southridge on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Back here at Southridge High School, where Roseburg is currently leading 26-6. Southridge will get the football. First score of the second half there for Roseburg. Tonight's game sponsored by Dr. Lance and Randall. They are accepting new patients, so give them a call at 541-378-6694. And tonight's game also sponsored by Bigfoot Beverages, a locally owned family business proud to sponsor local sports and focused on community events. That's Bigfoot Beverages. Colton Marsters tonight, 12 carries. I have him down for 178 yards. He's got touchdown runs of 59, 14, and 45 yards here this evening. Another high pooch kick from Jackson Bartlett. Takes a bounce back in bounds, and Roseburg might get it. Dawson Gillespie recovered it, but the penalty flag comes out. And the official at the very end, that ball was already received and out of bounds by Gillespie, and then the penalty flag comes out. If it stays inbound, it's a live football, and Roseburg can recover. But I think the official is going to say that that ball must have touched the sideline. I don't know if we got a decent look at it. I think it might have been a little late on our replay capture there.
Against Roseburg.
So will they make them re-kick it? Here's, let's take a look-see here. Yeah, that a little too late on the quick draw there for us on the replay attempt. So the penalty flag will take it out to the 35. Southridge will have it there.
First and 10, Southridge.
Thanks to my buddy Joe Glover helping me out here tonight. I throw so many people into this, man. It's a family business here running Roseburg football on 541radio.com and on the score. Getting everybody involved. First down and 10 for Southridge. J.C. Clee, their quarterback, back out there trying to lead them on a drive, see if they can keep themselves in it here in their home game tonight. Handed off, running right side, it's Albright, and that guy is a load to try and bring down. Cypress Albright, listed at 197 pounds. He's 5'8", and he picks up a first down carry on the first play of this drive for Southridge. He takes it out to the 49. Southridge half of the field, a 14-yard pickup. Still not a whole lot of yardage on the ground as Roseburg does a good job. Roseburg does a great job of limiting rushing yardage this season. Through the air, they've done all right. 112 yards through the air for J.C. Clee. He will hand it off as Albright continues to rumble downfield, and it's another double-digit run for him into Roseburg territory. Takes it down to the Roseburg 37. And on that carry,
first down, Skyhawks.
That's a pickup of 14 on the ground there for Albright. He's nearing 50 yards on the evening. Looking to pass, Clee. Going to go on the short route. Caught. Kloffenstein right there to make the tackle. And on the far side of the field, that is Fowler. Stone Fowler on the catch there.
Second down and 7.
Takes it down to the 33-yard line. Pickup of 4. Second down and 6. In the backfield, Albright. He slips through one tackler. Now will not get away from more. Kind of looked as if there was a little bit of miscommunication on the play. And he tried to make something out of it, but got trapped in the backfield and couldn't get away. Goes to the 35, losing 2 on the play. And it'll be third down and 8, trailing by 20. This could be 4-down territory here for Southridge. Albright to the left of Clee in shotgun. Looking to pass. They're going to try and set up a screen. No, they go on the slant route, and it is not on target. The defender, his intended target, had actually fallen down, trying to get back to that football. No good.
Fourth down and 8.
And it's now 4th down and 8 on the incompletion. The offense does stay on the field. 4-down territory here for the Skyhawks. They got to get 8 yards to move the chains. Albright had been doing a good job of picking it up. He'll stay into block. They go out into the flats. It's caught, but nowhere to go with the football. And I believe that's Fowler again. Stone Fowler on the catch, goes to the 32. It's only a pickup of 3, and it is not enough. That'll be a turnover on downs.
Skyhawks turn the ball over on downs. 1st and 10. Roseburg.
So Roseburg will get it back in their hands, leading 26-6. They lead with 2:30 to go here in the third quarter. And they get the football at their own 32-yard line. In motion goes Klopfenstein, turn, handed off. Eckel running right side over the gap, the guard gap there, the B gap on the offensive line, and he gets turned back around. A nice stop on 1st down for the Skyhawk defense. Pickup of half a yard on that play by Eckel. Counting down to 2 minutes to play here in the third. They jam the box. They are really loaded up against the run here. Nobody in the backfield, though, as a penalty flag comes out from the Whitecap. And it's a false start. They were loading the box. Every linebacker was at the line of scrimmage, filling the gaps at the line. Nobody behind him. If Roseburg was able to make at least the slightest gap for Caden Eckel on a run up the middle, there would have been nobody there to stop him. But we will never know what that play would have resulted in, as Roseburg, with the penalty, a false start, backs them up 5 yards to their own 27. Empty backfield for Marsters. Moves a man in motion. Duper going to pass the quick slant route right up the seam, in fact, actually. Tatone, he was open in the window, but Tatone wasn't looking for it, and it was just behind him. And the incompletion stops the clock with 1:41 left to go here in the third quarter. 26-6, Roseburg leading by 20. Scoring on yet another long touchdown run by Colton Marsters on their last possession. They face 3rd down and 14. Eckel will set up to the left of Marsters in shotgun. Trips to the far side. Hayden Horton all alone on the right side of the formation. Rolling to the left is Marsters, looking downfield. He's going to pass, has Duper, but it's off the hands. It wouldn't have been good for the first down. And it's out of bounds, incomplete.
Brings up 4th down and 15.
And Roseburg's punt unit will come back out. It's been kind of feast or famine for Roseburg tonight when the offense is moving. They've been doing well, but there have been drives there they just can't seem to find the momentum that they've found at times throughout this game. And a lot of their touchdown scoring drives have come off of long plays, a 60-yard touchdown pass, a couple of long touchdown runs from Marsters. So looking to kick it away. Gillespie gets a nice boot into this one, up over the head of the return man. It touched him, and he'll jump on it. Moreland will get back on it at the 34. That ball bounced up and got him on the shoulder pad. But he will fall on top of it at the Southridge 34-yard line with 1:28 to go still here in the third. Roseburg football, of course, brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. 26-6, your score, a 20-point lead for Roseburg. And Southridge with the football again. So far here in the second half, they've punted and turned it over on downs. Their third possession in the second half, running the option. A pitch by Klee out around the edge. Got it to Albright. He slipped through a tackler. Still stays on his feet. Somehow still staying in bounds. Now every white jersey practically on the field will shove him out of bounds. And Cypress Albright, with a very determined run, will pick up the first down. And I don't know why they don't just continue to give him the football, as he has been the tough guy to bring down. He'll take it out to the 49, a pickup of 15 on that carry. They'll run it again right up the middle. Albright just rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. That guy will not go down. Takes it into Roseburg territory at the 40. It's an 11-yard pickup.
Powell's out and down at the 40-yard line.
Excuse me, I guess actually Powell came in, and he looked a lot like Albright there. They also wear similar numbers, 24 and 23. It was Powell. This time it's a keeper on the fake handoff. Klee going around the right side.
Tackle down at the 35-yard line after gain of 5.
So the run will take it down to the 35. Pickup of 5 for J.C. Klee. In shotgun, turns, hands it off. Running Powell the left side this time, trying to stretch it to the sideline. He's met by Carson Dunn. A stiff arm helped him pick up an extra yard or so. We'll take it to the 34.
Near the 33-yard line after gain of 2. They're down in 3, Skyhawks.
Now they moved it forward another yard, give him to the 33. Pickup of 2 for Powell on the play. Third down and short. No tight end in the formation. Twins to either side. Ball on the left hash mark. Handed off to Powell, and he is caught in the backfield. Tiger Black coming up and just swallowing the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage.
Tackle down at the 35.
They take him back to the 35. That's a loss of 2.
Brings up 4th down and 5 for Southridge.
And it'll be 4th down. Yeah, Tiger Black, the first guy to get in there and bring him down, the tackle for loss. 4th down, decision time here for
that's into the third quarter.
For Southridge, but they will run out the clock. Head coach Kevin Bickler will make the decision when we come back as we go to the 4th quarter. The 12 minutes up on the board. Roseburg leading 26-6 here from Southridge High School. We'll take a 60-second break on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Well, we go to the 4th quarter. Roseburg is leading 26-6 on top of Southridge. They've got the football and a 4th down attempt coming up. They need to pick up about 5 as they take the field now, moving left to right on your radio dial in their maroon tops, looking to pass J.C. Klee. Going to go downfield towards the end zone. Caught! And was he in for the score? If he stayed in bounds, he's in. It is a touchdown on 4th down and 5 to start the 4th quarter. Southridge will put
choice. I just urge you to make this decision as soon as possible before it's too late to do something about it.
Roseburg will be kicking away. Right to left. .9:03 to go here in the 4th quarter. But that drive there, Roseburg up by 22. And you start to feel a little bit more comfortable there. They go with the short pooch kick. That ball loose. Roseburg comes up with it. This time Gillespie will have it. And that could really help seal the win for Roseburg as they will get the kickoff. Not truly an onside kick, but they pooch kick it. And in a no-man land territory there, Roseburg will get the ball back as taking a look back at that. What a play by the Tribe. The offense will stay on the field. And it'll be first down Roseburg from the Southridge 38-yard line. So an onside kick at recovery, and Roseburg in position to try and really put this game away. They are nearing their season high for points. They had 37 against Mountain View last week, running the ball right up the gut to the 30-yard line. It is Knox Hubbard who has come into the game, the senior running back.
Second down and 2, Roseburg.
Hubbard getting the first down carry out to the 30 for a pickup of 8. Marster still in at quarterback. Horton out to the far side. Duper to Tone, and Kloffenstein trip bunch formation to the left side. Letting the clock wear down here on second down and short. Give it to Hubbard again, right up the middle. He took contact, but falls forward and might have enough for the first down. Put him down to about the 26, and it will move the chains.
26-yard line.
Yep, they will move him down to the 26. That was just enough. 4 yards on the ground for Hubbard. As he comes in as the lead back for Roseburg here. Eckel, though, comes back in after moving the chains. 2 carries for Hubbard, or for Knox Hubbard, yeah. And then Eckel comes in. Marster's waiting for the clock to wear down here. Still a lot of time left, 7:30 to go, but Roseburg leading big. Pressure coming. Southridge defense didn't know whether or not to drop off into pass coverage or whether to try and attack Marsters in the backfield. They got kind of frozen. Marsters able to pass it away, got it to Eckel, but it's really for no gain. And the defensive line and Colton Marsters kind of messing with each other like, man, I didn't know what to do, whether you're going to run or whether you're going to pass it. The ball sits back at the 27-yard line. So there's no gain on that pass play to Eckel. Set up with trips to the left side again. Roseburg trying to wear the clock down here in the fourth quarter, leading 34-12 after receiving an onside kick. Eckel up the middle, lost the football, ripped out of his hands, and his first fumble of the season. And the big man up front making the play. That is Nomani Liu. That'll strip it out of the hands of Caden Eckel and give the ball back to Southridge.
On the fumble recovery.
That'll be the second takeaway of the night for Southridge. Roseburg has 2 takeaways themselves. So it's an even margin in this one. 6:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Southridge has the football at their own 29-yard line. So fumble by Marsters, his first fumble of the season. Southridge gets the ball back, looking to try and score and keep any hope of a comeback alive. A fluttering ball out to the near side, battling the wind, and it sails over the head of the intended receiver. That is Tucker. The pass incompletion stops the clock, 6:36. It's the 25th pass attempt by J.C. Klee tonight. Set up in second down and 10. Ball on the left hash mark. 2 receivers either side. Back in the backfield with Klee. Klee, the senior quarterback, 6'1", 190. High snap, turns and just hands it off to Cypress Albright, who's going to try and outrun the Roseburg defense, and he will not succeed. He gets tracked down. Right back at about the line of scrimmage, maybe losing 1. Back to the 28-yard line.
Cypress Albright, the ball carrier. Tackle down at the 28-yard line.
Clock continues to run.
Loss of 1 on the play. Third down and 11, Southridge.
Loss of 1 on that play for Albright. Up to the line of scrimmage, calling out the defense. Now some pressure showing. Roseburg really taunting them here. They will send some pressure. Hubbard blitzing through, picked up, rolling out to his left. Klee throws downfield. It's complete, but not for much, as Landon Duper comes up to make the stop on third down. And it'll be a fourth down attempt here coming up for Southridge. If they elect to go for it from their own 31-yard line, it was a pickup of 3.
Fourth down and 8, Southridge.
Southridge facing fourth down and 8. The clock continues to wear away here. They are going to go for it, knowing that they don't have many other opportunities. Looking to pass, going to go deep downfield over the middle. Picked off, yes! Eli Jacobs bobbled it, but he hauls it in. He's going to try and weave his way through traffic. Now turns, goes back the other direction, and he'll fall down just across the other side of the 50. And Eli Jacobs will have his second INT of the night, his third of the season. And J.C. Klee will have his second INT of the night. 3 INTs for Roseburg here this evening. And it's another big one there for Eli Jacobs. A penalty flag, though, out back in the backfield, I guess. It was fourth down and about 7, and the officials are meeting. And the penalty flag is against Southridge. A holding penalty, and so Roseburg will get it on the INT. Roseburg will have the football with 4:55, and they have it at Southridge's 49-yard line. A score here, let's see, Roseburg's on top by 22. So still trying to see if maybe they were getting close to that 35-point mark that would put it to a running clock, but they still got a little ways to go to get to that mark. They were able to reach it last week in the first half against Mountain View. Tonight here against Southridge, closer one. It was a 20-6 game at halftime, but Roseburg has been pulling away. They go with a little bit of different look here. It's Dominic Totone at quarterback. It was a low snap. He'll keep it. He baseball slides towards the sideline. He knows how to do that well, a star on the Roseburg baseball team. He'll pick up 1 yard on the carry to a 48. Stays in bounds, though, which will keep the clock running as Roseburg tries to wear this one out. So Totone, they went with a much different offensive look there on that one with Totone in at quarterback. He was a starter much of last year, but they move him to a wide receiver skill position guy this year. And Marsters has looked pretty good at the quarterback position. Handoff here, running left side. It's Knox Hubbard who's coming in and showing some gumption as he takes that one inside the 40. The senior who didn't play last year comes in and has a great run down to the 38-yard line. Pickup of 10 for Hubbard. He's having one of his better games, only a few carries, but he's having one of his better games so far this season. He's usually been able to chunk away a few yards on a few carries every game that he's been able to get a chance to get out there as Roseburg huddles it up, taking it under 4 minutes, trying to salt this one away and get the long bus ride home with another victory. They got one last week on the drive home from Bend, now trying to head home from Beaverton with another win in their pocket. You've got wingbacks to either side of the offense. That's Dunn. And on the other side of him, the one on either side of the offensive line, that is Kloffenstein. Then you've got receivers outspread either side. They'll move Dunn in motion, bubbles out back behind the line, give it right to Hubbard up the line at scrimmage, and he will take it inside the 35. Knox Hubbard will take it 33-yard line, picking up 5. As Roseburg continues to run that clock. Out there for Roseburg, Levi Campbell getting a chance to play out at wide receiver on the near sideline here. Hayden Horton out on the far side. Can't imagine Roseburg will be looking to pass that much. Coach is headed back down to the sideline already. Wanting to run this clock down, and they've got it under 3 minutes. Got the receivers, the backs, kind of bracketing either side of the line of scrimmage in the pistol formation. Now they move. Kloffenstein bubbled back behind. They'll give it once again to Hubbard. This time stood up. He stays on his feet, won't go down, but they'll blow the whistles with his forward momentum stopped. He's back to the 35. They'll lose 2 on that play.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
And it'll be 3rd down, about 7 yards to try and pick up for Roseburg. Bit of an anticlimactic way to try and wrap up this game, but Roseburg trying to salt their way to a victory, so you'll take it. Just trying to burn off the rest of this clock. Coming up in our post-game show, we'll recap the game, get you a look at stats, and try and get you a couple of scores to pass along. Plus, we name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game as the wind really picking up. Wearing things down. 1:45 and counting. Tatone will get it. Hands it off. Running left side is Hubbard again, but stopped at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. And Hubbard will pick up none. And it'll be 4th down for Roseburg. Oh, boy. The wind is really picking up here, and everything's flying. Oh, boy. Well, it gave us the best at the end of it all here. Nothing wants to stay where it's supposed to. Oh, boy. Well, phones are flying, microphones are dropping, energy drinks are flying around. Roseburg at 4th down and 7. They'll make it. They're going to keep her here for Tatone. He'll get to the 30 and will not pick up the 1st down. Roseburg will turn it over on downs. Southridge will get it back here with 45 seconds to go in the contest. That ball going down to the 30. It was a pickup of 5 by Tatone. Oh, boy. That was something new there. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the Southridge student body popping up here to hold down our pop-up tent. As the wind said, hey, I'm not done with you yet. Taking this pop-up tent down is going to be a fun excursion. Can't even flip my piece of paper over. Offense back out there for Southridge with 45 seconds to go. High snap, they're just going to try and run it. J.C. Klee will have nowhere really to go with the football, starting at their own 30-yard line.
31-yard line after a gain of 1. 2nd down and 9.
I'll put it out to the 31. So Klee a 1-yard pickup there. Oh boy, we're good. I think we may be good. Thank you guys. Appreciate the help. They saw broadcasters in need and sprung into action. Even the duct tape couldn't hold us down here tonight. The wind said, I'll get the last laugh on these guys. 2 seconds to go. Last play of the game. J.C. Klee going to huck it downfield. Intercepted. Carson Dunn with it across midfield. Going to break to the far side. And he will slide down to finish this one off. An INT to finish off the game for Roseburg. And that will end it. Roseburg wins for a 3rd time this season. 34-12, your final score. And Roseburg will go to 3-0. Southridge will go to 0-3. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll come back and we will wrap it up for you with a quick post-game show here as Roseburg finishes this one off with a victory. Final score again, 34-12, back after a 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse,
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
As a doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Well, we welcome you back here. We still have most of our stuff, I believe. It is Joey Kieran here with you from Southridge High School. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast. It has been an adventure here tonight. We got out of Roseburg, made our way up here, picked up my friendly helper, Joe Glover, here tonight, who is on site helping with the video camera this evening. Good friend of mine up here in the Salem area. But as we got back on I-5 heading north, traffic was at a standstill. We should have listened to Siri. She would have pointed us a different direction. Tried to get on I-5, and there was some sort of incident going on that they had it all shut down, north and south. So we sat there for a while, then squeezed through a gap in the center barrier to come home, or come back the other direction on I-5 south, which was pretty much empty. Got back and weaved our way through Salem. Finally got here to Southridge, only to get stuck in the elevator for a little bit as we tried to get to our perch here for the broadcast tonight. And then we had winds that have just been absolutely just murderous tonight. It has just been nonstop. It has been pelting us with wind all night. It has nearly blown away everything we have, but we have been able to hold it all down and bring you tonight's game. So thanks for sticking with it here. It may not have been the cleanest of broadcasts tonight, but we got it in, and we brought you some Roseburg football this evening. As we wrap it up here tonight, let's get through our postgame show here. Roseburg wins tonight, 34-12. They'll go to 3-0 as they take on McMinnville next week to try and finish out undefeated in non-conference play to start out the year before beginning Southwest Conference play against Grants Pass the following week. Roseburg started out, they would take a lead in the first half. Roseburg would score first in tonight's ball game. They punch it in on a 59-yard touchdown run by Colton Marsters. Extra point was no good as go figure, the wind playing a part in it here tonight. So we get a two-man effort to try and hold this sheet out here so I can read it. 59-yard touchdown run as Roseburg would take the lead. They led 6-0 at the end of the first quarter. And Roseburg would put up 14 points in the second quarter and led 20-6 as Southridge got their first points on the board. Short field after a mishandled snap on a punt. Had to only go 18 yards. A touchdown pass from J.C. Klee to Nathan Aviles, and that would make it 6-6 at the time, but then Roseburg would score twice before the end of the first half to lead 20-6 at halftime. In the second half, third quarter, Roseburg got one in on their second possession. It was a 45-yard touchdown run by Colton Marsters, and it was 26-6 at that time. Roseburg would give up a touchdown on the first pass of the fourth quarter. Southridge got it in. Again, it was Aviles from Klee, 35 yards out, make it 26-12. Roseburg would put a punctuation point on this one as they would score a touchdown on a 28-yard run by Caden Eckel to make it 34-12 your score. Both teams with a few turnovers. Roseburg had 3 takeaways on interceptions, and Roseburg had 1 fumble and 1 interception in this ball game as well. Taking a look at some final offensive numbers here real quick. For Southridge, through the air, J.C. Klee had 157 yards. He did throw 3 interceptions I have him down for. So actually that'd be 4 interceptions in this game for Roseburg. He had 3 interceptions, but he threw 2 touchdowns, 18-yarder and a 35-yarder, both of them to Aviles. Aviles led the way in the receiving with 83 yards tonight for Southridge. On the ground, Cypress Albright, a tough guy to bring down. He picks up 60 yards on 16 carries. On the other side for Roseburg, through the air, Colton Marsters had 139 yards, had his first touchdown pass of the season, a 60-yarder to Landon Duper. He did have 1 interception, his first interception of the year. Caden Eckel finishes with 112 yards on the ground on 21 carries. He had a 28-yard touchdown run, his only score of the night, did fumble it for the first time this season. Colton Marsters, 13 carries, 177 yards, had 3 touchdown runs, 59, 14, and 45 yards. Knox Hubbard came in at the end there, had 24 yards on the ground on 6 carries. Landon Duper had the 1 touchdown grad, led the way through the air with 81 yards. Kloffenstein, 3 catches, 37 yards, and a couple other grabs in there for Tatone and Caden Eckel. That is how things play out here tonight. It is time now here in the postgame show to wrap things up with our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Our Player of the Game gets a $50 gift certificate to use at Mountain Mike's Pizza. Tonight it'll be Colton Marsters, the quarterback, our Player of the Game. He finishes out the night leading on the ground in rushing, had a passing touchdown as well, so he accounts for 4 touchdowns total in tonight's game. He is your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. I want to try and pass along a couple of scores because everybody's been doing such a great job of passing along those scores to me, so I don't want them to go to waste. Lake Oswego is up on South Medford 34-7 at halftime. North Medford defeats Sherwood 28-21 for the first win of the season for the Black Tornado. Let's see here. Other games from around the Umpqua Basin. Sutherland was leading over Valley Catholic 46-0 in the third quarter there. South Umpqua looking to stay perfect. They were leading Corbett 60-29 in the fourth quarter, and North Douglas wins over North Lake 53-6 in 6-man football tonight as well. Let's see if anybody else passed along any other scores to me here this evening. Doesn't look like I've got any other scores to pass along at this point in time. And before everything blows away, because it's really starting to pick up, I'm going to call that good. So we will wrap things up there for you, folks. I'm Joey Kieran. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thanks to my buddy Joe Glover for helping out here. Craig Ortega back in the studio for running the radio production tonight. Want to say thanks to Southridge High School for being such great hosts here this evening. If only they could have just turned off the wind. Want to say thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Dave Heiberger, and the entire Roseburg football program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg football here on The Score and on 541radio.com. And want to say thanks to all of you, the listeners, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We will talk to you guys. Everything's going to blow away. We'll talk to you guys next Friday night from the friendly confines of Finlay Field when Roseburg hosts McMinnville to wrap up non-conference play. It's scheduled for a 7 o'clock start. That means 6:45 pregame. We'll have it for you streaming live online at 541radio.com and right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.